Hello, fellow investigators. Welcome to the Tarot Detective Society. This is the very first video in this channel. And in this channel, I want to talk about one of the most perplexing tarot mysteries that I know. And that is the mystery of the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is one of the most scary cards in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And it's quite easy to see why is it so scary. It depicts a dying or a dead man. Its body is pierced by 10 swords. So it's quite easy to understand why everyone thinks this card is so scary. But there seems to be more about this card than just a dead man. For once, as you can see, behind the man is a very clear sky. It seems to be breaking dawn. So there are dark clouds, but they are breaking. And there's also a very calm sea. So things seems to be at peace. Not only that, we can see a gesture in the dead man's hand. And it's also covered by a red cloth, and the red cloth in the tarot seems to always indicate vitality. So why most people associate this card with ruin, with death, it's kind of very understandable. However, this gesture here is very similar to the gesture that we see in the Hierophant in his hands. See? Very similar gesture. And this gesture with these two hands that Catholics might recognize as a blessing was originally a gesture that was used in Roman times to indicate who was the speaker. It was an oratory when you had the hand up like this. It meant that you were the one that were speaking. And then in Christian times, they used this sign to recognize between secret Christians, because if this is a sign that you are speaking, it can also be the sign for the word of God, for the verb. So that's how it came to be in this card. But then, why is it in this card? I actually don't have an exact reason of why this card has a blessing. It might tell us that many things could have happened. But here in this channel, instead of going to Wikipedia, going through books, going through many things that could maybe solve this question, what we're going to do is that we're going to do a reading. Yes, we're going to use the tarot to figure out the mysteries of the tarot. So, here I have Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I have already shuffled it, but I'm going to shuffle it again so that you can see that I'm not preparing this read at all. So I'm going to shuffle it one time, and maybe just for the hell of it a second time. And then I'm going to cut it. And then we're going to lay down 5 cards. We're going to ask the deck to tell us what is the mystery behind this blessing that we have here. So let's see what the cards have in store for us. Oh, we have a reversal. Wow. Very interesting. Wow. I wasn't expecting this, but I sure didn't know what to expect. Okay, so the first thing that I noticed is that we have a Major Arcana, and it is very interesting because, as you know, a lot of people think of this Ten of Swords as related to death. So maybe the cards are at the beginning telling us that maybe this is the sequence that we need to read the cards to understand this mysterious symbol. So I'm going to start to read then from left to right, because that's what the spread looks to me. We have the Seven of Wands, and it seems that we are going to break into mystery. We need to stand against many forces in order for us to discover what this gesture is, which to me seems kind of obvious because, of course, this has an esoteric meaning, but nonetheless, this is our starting point. Then we must use our knowledge to pierce. As we know, the swords are the symbol of air, the symbol of our attitudes, the symbol of our thoughts. And here we see the King of Swords ready to cut. So we need to pierce, we need to fight through, we need to pierce. And then we have the Eight of Cups, but this time in reverse. So usually this means to start a new road, but maybe we need to stop. So we need to stop trying to pierce the veil, and we need to try to figure to pierce the meaning of the Ten of Swords. And then we actually have the Ten of Swords and the. So what I think these last two cards mean is actually that what this is referring to, all these three cards, is stop trying to see the card for something that is not apparent and look at it for what it is. And what it is a minor version of death. So what the cards are proposing to us is to understand this not as the end of the road, as the end of our attitudes, but certainly as rebirth. It is, I don't think, not casual at all that we can see a bishop, a figure very similar to the Hierophant in the death card here, and it's bleeding to pestilence, to death. That is actually announcing here rebirth. So I think that what it's telling us is stop looking for secret messages inside this card. The card is exactly what it looks like, and what it looks like is another way to look at crucifixion, at rebirth, at the start of new things. So it is a very similar card to death, and what this symbol is telling us is that after this big argument, this big discussion, or this big brainstorm, whatever this suit of fur means for us, it's now over, and now we can begin again with a fresh idea towards the future, towards this sun that we are seeing here also in this breaking dawn. And this is my plan for this channel. We're going to delve into tarot mysteries, but also into some other mysteries, maybe more mundane mysteries in this channel, using the cards to explain themselves and the world. So thank you for watching this first video, and I hope to see you soon again. Goodbye.